Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94 here, back with another reaction video, and today we finna react to the Homie Maverick. Hey man, make sure y'all go subscribe to the Homie Maverick channel, run them likes up, run them views up, run the comments up, run the subscribers up, and all that good stuff. You already know they show that love over here. We gonna show that love right back. And all that good stuff. Yeah, without further ado, man, we're going to get right into this. 5 video games and 5 movies I grew up loving that you may know. This should be interesting. This is about an hour long. Let me prepare. About an hour long, so let me prepare. Alrighty, without further ado, let's get right into this. Shout out to Maverick. Let's get it.
Video games and 5 other movies. So that's why there's going to be no honorable mention on this list, okay? But you know, this is what I like to call a trip down memory lane. You hear me? A trip down memory lane. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into my first pick. Now, the rules are the same. I'm switch between movie and video game. You know what I'm saying? But this list is fluid, okay? Any one of these could be the top movie. Any one of these could be the top video game. There's no right or wrong answer. These are just 5 games and 5 movies that I love the most. Well, not the most, but like I grew up loving that you may or may not know. And that's perfectly fine. But before I get started, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and hit this like, hit this sub, hit the comments, you know what I'm saying, all that good stuff. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it, man. Number 10, the first movie that I'm gonna get across is Don't Be a Menace. And no, I'm not saying the full title. But no, man. Look, I run across this movie pretty much like I first ran across this movie on Stars and Encore, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes on Showtime, but like you just can't count out the Wayans brothers. You just can't count out.
Man, if you ain't had this on VHS, I don't know, Chief. I ain't catch this on no Stars. I had this on VHS. I ran this back hella times, dog. I ran this VHS back hella times, dog.
The Wayans brothers. I actually read a story that, you know, at first this movie was gonna be something totally different, and then Ken Ivory handed them the script and told them to rewrite the whole movie, and reshoot it, and it took them like what, a week to do it. But yeah, man. But despite all of that, this movie is fun from start to finish, bro. You know what I'm saying? The mama being Vivica Fox, fire. The crackhead, hilarious. Ashtray's dad, funny as hell. If you break any of them houses, make sure I'm first. Low Dog, just as iconic, arguably the best character in the movie, arguably. Then we got fake black activists in the building. Y'all know who I'm talking about. We got Crazy Legs. He's in the movie. He's fire. He's funny. Playing Paul Monopoly and shit. Anyway. Shoot, we got that grandmama who was a secret gangster. Their mama who was a pot dealer. We got Dashiki who's the token hood rat. We got Toothpick who's the token bad guy of these movies. Getting his brother by his mama for not getting her money. We got Antonio Fargas in this movie as old school. I'm on punishment. My mama says I can't leave the porch.
Bartholomew!
Who else is in this movie? Kid and Ivy Reigns as the mailman. Message. Freaking hilarious. We got Bernie.
I got it from here, bro. Where that though, shout? I had with my sheet at though, shout. Oh, here you go.
Message. The fuck is he talking about?
Bernie Mac as a self-hating black cop. I don't even like my own skin.
That's it. I hate black pepper. I hate black peas. I hate black keys on the piano. I hate the back of Forrest Whitaker's neck. And most of all, I hate that black ass Wesley Snipes. Move it. Oh, that movie. Oh, you can't get enough of that movie. But the real funny scene though.
Don't ask. I said don't ask. I said don't ask.
No questions. Just give me all the money. Nah, but the funniest scene though, damn, what is the funniest scene? It's so much funny in there, but man. Man, that's tough. Now, 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish, knick-knack, pow-whack, give a dog a bone. At a time, my bacon smelling fine. that that whole movie is funny as fuck, bro.
Oh Lord. But yeah, the amount of references, it's like a mixture of Juice. Speaking of Juice, you know, somebody comes in and tells the grandmama after she gets done shooting toothpick in his game, "You got the juice now." And the grandma's like, "Oh, go to hell," and gives him a look. Freaking hilarious. And then, like, you know, Ashtray, who didn't even get hit by no bullets, is just, you know, just laying out on the ground. He didn't get hit by anything. And Dashiki utters one of the funniest lines: "I need a pussy wet nigga who gonna take care of my thick kids." What make it funny is that nigga didn't even last long with Dashiki at all. Man. But anyway. But you gotta, if you haven't seen this movie and you're a person of color like myself, go ahead and watch it. It literally makes every hood movie cliche. Bottles it all up. But if I had to pick a favorite scene out of all of them, it'd have to be the grocery store scene where the racist Korean was like, "Hurry up and die." And then when you open the door, it says, "Nigga." Hurry up and die. Niggas. And then everywhere Ashtray goes to get something, she's like, "Hurry up and die." And even the freezer while he's going to get ice cream, she's like, "Hurry up and die." And I'm like, this bottle's in no freezer time. These races don't quit. Oh, but yeah, man, this movie is hilarious. You gotta check it out if you haven't checked it out. All right, now we get into the video games now. You know, the video games, like the movies kept me in the house, but the video games really kept me off the streets. And one of the best video games that I had growing up that kept me off the streets was Mortal Kombat Armageddon for the PlayStation 2. Yes, sir. Bruh, this game has so many characters. Great characters to choose from. Your classics from your Sub-Zeros, your Scorpions, your Johnny Cages, your Raidens, your Liu Kangs, your Sonyas, your Kane.
Only got this as a Blockbuster game, sadly. I was only able to obtain this through Blockbuster, but I did have Deadly and Not Lions before somebody stole it from me. I had a lot of video games that people just stole from me, bro. I hate niggas, bro.
To the Jaxes, the Katanas, the Shang Tsungs, the Goros, the Shao Kahns, and the Kentaros, and the Melinas, and the Barakas, the Nightwolves, the Cyraxes, all of that. And then you got the 3D era characters like Shinjinko, Mavado, Li Mei, Bo Raicho, Kenshi. Excuse me, I had to burp. Kenshi, weak ass Cobra. And I will continue to trash Cobra on the channel because he's really just a Mortal Kombat version of what Ken Masters is, but more evil. You know what I'm saying? This is this was the end of the Midway era for Mortal Kombat. For those who didn't know, that's why they had to put everybody that was playable, like everybody who was in the franchise that was a fighter, was available to be picked in this game, and it was a lot of fun. Apart from the combat, you had this creative fighter mode where you could just have fun and toy around with it. You could literally give whatever moves that the other characters had to that creative character, man. I created a whole bunch of people off of it. In fact, I have a list of Marvel vs. Mortal Kombat. I have a playlist of that in my somewhere in my playlist. My playlist list is very long, so you might have to just shuffle through with the A to Z. But yeah, I've created so many great characters from Iron Man to Thor. You know, I even created what's that dude name? Iron Fist. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ever thought about who would win a fight between Iron Fist and Liu Kang, this would be the great game to go through to do that matchup with. Also, the Conquest mode where you get to play as Taven was awesome because I do like the linear get from point A to point B setup. You know what I'm saying? Whereas in the previous game that came up before this, which was Mortal Kombat Deception, it was more of like an open world free roam, which wasn't bad, you know what I'm saying? But like, you didn't get to fight in the middle of, you know, each level unless it was a main story fight. This game had both main story fights and regular jobber enemy type fights, you know what I'm saying? And it had secrets you can unlock too, just like Deception did. And the crit off mode was awesome. And what I also like is the bonus mode called Motor Combat, which is basically if Mortal Kombat was ever like, you know, ever met Mario Kart, this is the kind of car racer it would come out to be. Motor Combat. You had like, I think Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Melina was selectable, Raiden, Jax, Bo Raicho, and Johnny Cage, and I think Baraka was available too as a playable character. But yeah, man, basically you ride around the cart and finish like, I think up to 5 laps per track because the tracks were so short, I think, or was it 3? I would say depending on which track. But yeah, man, I definitely had a lot of fun playing it. My favorite to use was Sub-Zero because his special move is really, really dope because of how much success it has hitting the opponent and freezing them for a while. So that way you can get ahead. Love it. Sub-Zero's the GOAT. That's all I'm going to say. Sub-Zero's definitely the Mortal Kombat GOAT.
Scorpion.
And moving on to number 8. And I love this movie so much. And it doesn't get the respect it deserves. It does not get the respect it deserves. Rush Hour 3. Come on, y'all. Rush Hour 3 is the most underrated of all.
Rush Hour 2, sir. Rush Hour 2. I understand where you come from, but Rush Hour 2, hands down.
Damn! He ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3.
Rush Hour 2, hands down.
all the Rush Hour films in the trilogy, man.
Don't get me wrong, Rush Hour 3 is actually fun. When going back and looking at Rush Hour 3, it actually is funny. It's actually funny, but it's still not fucking with 2. I'm sorry, 2 is way better. 2 is way better. Lady, you better put that goddamn bomb down. Crazy ass bitch. We could have been some.
Talk about 1 and 2 a whole bunch, and those movies were amazing, fantastic. But Rush Hour 3, Rush Hour 3 was just as enjoyable. You know what I'm saying? If not, it's at least agreeable. Though. It's not absolute trash like everyone wants to think it is. Like, I think this movie just gets too overshadowed. You know what I'm saying? Like, Chris Tucker's humor in this is freaking hilarious. Like, remember at the beginning of the movie, he was like, that's right, Lee. For the last 3 years, I studied the educators of Buddha, earned 2 black belts, and wushu martial arts, spending every day at the massage parlor over there on Pico and Bundy. I am half Chinese, baby. Well, if you're half Chinese, I'm half black. I'm your brother, and I'm fly. You down with that, Snoopy? That's dope, isn't it? And then he goes, sorry, Lee, you can't be black. There's a height requirement. Same as riding the Matterhorn. And then, like, literally moments later, they're getting their butts kicked by the giant. And then he was like, come here, man, let me go. I love Chinese people. And then, like, after he asked the master, after they get the husband, he was like, what are you asking the questions on, man? Who are you? You. No, not me. You. Yes, I am you. Just answer the damn questions. Who are you? I have told you. Are you deaf? No, he was blind. I'm not blind. You blind. That is what I just said. You just said what? I did not say what I said. You. That's what I'm asking you. He was answering. Shut up. You. Yes. What's your name? What's your name? Me. Yes, you. I am me. He's me. And I'm you. I'm about to whip your old ass, man. Because I'm sick of playing games. You. Me. Everybody that's around here. I'm sick of this. Carter. No, Carter. And then, like, after him and the master and Lee stopped talking, he was like, hey, I don't know what the hell you feed him. He is killing me. Carter, go. I have to say, for my favorite part of the scene, it's a three-way tie between that part, the scene where they're interrogating, where Carter's like, sister, you touch a piece of S word, and I'll personally F word him up. And you tell him that his mama's a H. Carter, I believe whore is spelled with a W. Right, W. And his sister's a W, and his grandmama's a 2-bit W, who makes double because she got no teeth. You tell her I said that. And then when the nun was like, she called this gentleman a word that means cat and another word that rhymes with maggot. And I'm like, we already know what that means. I'm not going to repeat it. PAF, fill in the blanks. But yeah, man. And then, like, it's between those two. And after Genevieve got shot, after Carter was trying to smash Shorty, when she took off her wig and revealed that she had the list tattooed on her head, she was like, Carter was like, holy mother Jesus, she's a man. I'm just a freshman. It's the crying games. I'm the back Carter. Oh, God. I'm not a minute. This is what. You sure about that? Huh? We go over there and check the hardware. He's got anything in the bag, and I'm going to beat his ass. James, a woman who needs a way out. You have to help me. And I remember when he said, what he said? He was like, you were messing with some weird shit, lady. I mean, man, whatever the hell you are. Oh, classic. But nah, if there's any problem I have with this movie, I'll be honest with you. Some of the side characters, outside of maybe like 2, are just not very good. I feel like Kenji also was a lackluster antagonist because for what reason did he have to kill himself at the end? For what reason? Okay. Going into the next video game, it's one that's enjoyable. That kept me inside the crib. It's True Crime Streets of LA. This movie, this dope game has Nick Cage as a cop. This is basically the anti-GTA, okay, of its time. Instead of being a criminal, you're the cop. You know what I'm saying? And then what I like about this game is that you can choose to do good cop ideas or bad cop ideas. And depending on the path you chose, you can either get the good ending or the bad ending. I always try to shoot for the good ending, which I believe is the true ending of the game. After you beat down the general in the middle of the airport, which was the toughest fight like ever, because like everybody here on YouTube always struggles with the Lola fight, but the thing about the Lola fight is you YouTubers are too passive. You gotta get aggressive. You gotta keep mashing buttons. You gotta keep mashing buttons, bro. Like the flip that she does, you gotta keep mashing buttons so you can interrupt it. Because remember, your jabs and your low kicks are faster than her flips, so they can interrupt those moves. You know what I'm saying? Just stay aggressive with those, man. Yeah, the fighting mechanics are a little clunky, but I still enjoyed them. But overall, man, this was an amazing game. I also liked the shooting. Like when you can switch the controls to fit like, you know, modern shooting games, like having all one be the shoot button.
I've been wanting to play this, but like from an emulator perspective, this shit is 2 packs of ass. You cannot play this on an emulator. I'm sorry. I tried hella times. You cannot play True Crime Streets of LA on the emulator. Maybe it'll work on a GameCube emulator, but the PlayStation 2 emulator, it definitely doesn't work. But I think on the GameCube emulator, I think they said it works better. So I'm thinking about just getting the GameCube emulator on the on my computer. I'm gonna get Dolphin on my computer. And play True Crime Streets of LA on here, because I definitely want to do that series on here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
You know what I'm saying? It's actually, quite fulfilling, man. And then like the weapons in this game is fire. You know what I'm saying? The driving is smooth. Like you could like literally pump the hydraulics and you can drive on 2 wheels in this game through traffic. And like you can also flash the siren so the citizens in the city can just get over to the side and let you pass, man. And you can just go high speed all you want without wrecking your car. You feel me? But yeah, man. But overall, man, this game is an iconic classic. Also, the soundtrack for this game is banging. Dude, it has Thuggish Ruggish Bone on it. Thuggish Ruggish Bone. And speaking of Bone, if you collect all the dog bones in the game, you can actually play as Snoop Dogg.
No, you don't. All you gotta do is type in a cheat code and you get Snoop Dogg. The only bad thing about that Snoop Dogg shit is you only get to play with him for like an hour. That's like they only give you an hour to play with Snoop Dogg, so you could run around the whole city doing whatever with Snoop Dogg, but you can only do it for an hour. That's stupid. And what was the purpose of putting him in the game? I want to play the game with Snoop Dogg. Come on, dog. They got his voice and everything.
And free roam with him through the game. He has his own sounds too when he's fighting. So yeah, and arresting people. So yeah, man. True Crime Streets LA. Shout out, shout out, shout out. Coming in at number 6. All About the Benjamins.
Most definitely.
This is an underrated hood classic.
I think that's going to be the next time we stream. I'm thinking about streaming this weekend. I don't know. I know I need to do a live stream because I've been holding back on live streams because I've been digging into the original content, and this weekend I was gonna finish up Petty Reasons, but now with the whole Diddy shit going on right now, I'm gonna have to hold off on the Petty Reasons video because I was definitely gonna get that done this weekend. But fuck that. So I guess I'll live stream this weekend, y'all. I guess I'll live stream.
This was around the time where like Ice Cube and Mike Epps were the duo we didn't know we needed, but we were grateful. We were grateful in Next Friday, but we weren't as grateful with All About the Benjamins. Like this movie is fun from start to finish as well. You know what I'm saying? Stellar acting. Mike Epps' humor definitely gives this movie a lot of weight. Like you didn't go a moment without Mike Epps cracking a joke. You know what I'm saying? When he's on screen. You know what I'm saying? 15, 30, 37, 38, 45, 47. 45. Okay, how much are you? 750. 750. It's 50, not 750. I like how even before that he was like something. What how many times I got to take? Don't open the potato chips till you pay for them. You don't have to tell me that all the time because I like potato chips. And then he says, I'm gonna start going to Dwight's because you don't laugh at my jokes or nothing. Dwight who? Dwight around your lip. Hilarious, bro. Hilarious, man. And then like, let me see. What else? What other funny movies was in here? Oh, the dang torture scene where one of Williams' henchmen got locked up in there. He's like, look at your freaking whole head, man. You'll never find blum 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 a hairline like mine.
You don't got a 4 head, you got a 5 head.
Yes, sir. You don't got a 4 head, you got a 5 head. He was like, really? And I bet you when you have dreams, you don't have dreams, you have movies.
That nigga, Mike Epps was the fool.
Even Ice Cube got his little look to do in that scene. He says you don't want to shot at me, huh? He was like, no hablo inglés. Oh, you screwing with me? Are you screwing with me? How about screw with this motherfucker? And then he started screwing at him. He started feeling things like, ah. And then Mike was like, let me get some of that. He was like, come on, kick back, man. I got this. And then he was breathing hard like, and then Ice Cube was just mocking him like, I'm like, dog, his face off. He's mocking him. And then after that, he was like, I'm gonna let you get some. Stop playing, man. Get him. He was like, this motherfucker. Come on, bitch. Let's just fuck him up in here. And then he's like, ah. And then Eva Mendes found out over there biting her nails and cringing. And then he was like, what's that? And then Mike Epps was like, Channel 6, live on news. Channel 6, reporter live. Let's hear it, motherfucker. Man, that has to be my favorite part of the movie. That is between that and the scene where they're in Miss Barkley's house. And then, like, Mike Epps gets out of Bookham's car, disobediently, I might add, and then he goes into one of the Bentleys that the Barkleys had, and he's like, I feel like a president. First black president. Bum, 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 bum. I'm like, this dude is crazy. Meanwhile, Ice Cube gets knocked the heck out with a golf club. And then after that, he tries to take his gun. He's like, let's go outside, take care of your friend. And then, pow! Mike Epps hits him upside the head with the vase. And he drops the gun inside of the fish thing. He's like, take care of that, motherfucker. And then Brooklyn was like, hey, go over there and see if you can find Miss Barkley. Hey, and don't touch nothing. I ain't gonna touch nothing. Then he sat down. And he started going through everything. He even sniffed the bubbles in the water. And then, like, he goes in the safe. He takes the money. He finds the gun. You know what I'm saying? And he hides it. And then he's reading the will and all that. And then out of nowhere, Miss Barkley just comes up out of the water. And then he hears the sound of her dead body squeaking, and then he goes back to touch what has happened, and then like he touches his nose on the dead body and all that, and he touches and goes like, ah, look out. And then after Ice Cube knocks dude out again with another vase, he's like, hold up, out there. He's like, what you keep yelling for? He's like, yo, this bitch just scared the shit out of me. Oh, goddamn. And then he hands him Miss Barkley. He's like, this is Mr. Barkley Will right here, man. He was like, I told you not to touch nothing. But man, he left her everything. And then he's like, look, I'm trying to buy this house. See, I know they're gonna sell it. And he was like, what's in the safe? And then Reggie's like, nothing. You know, damn well he took something. He was like, they said that the diamonds was in a nice safe place. Now what's safer than a safe? Well, he was like, look, listen, man. Don't you think they would have been smart enough to get the diamonds out of there before we even got here? He was like, yeah, as a matter of fact, they would, huh? Matter of fact, come here, asshole. He's like, what? Oh, and then he's patting him down. And he was like, trust me, Bookham. We partners, we together, you can trust me. And then he finds the water cash he stole from the savings bank. He was like, oh, that's a whole lot of trust right there. And then his Reggie's line was like, look, I know what you're thinking, man. I was just about to put that back in there. He was like, you scandalous. How you gonna steal from a dead woman? And then he keeps it so real when he says, because she don't complain about it, man. She don't give a fuck. Freaking hilarious. And then like after like Bookham lets him have the money, and then he starts rolling. He was like, yo, Bookham, we can split it. Then he grabs the gun. And I'm like, Reggie, wait, bro. And they finally find the diamonds and shit. He was like, what you doing? What you I was Reggie. You're drinking up all the orange juice and shit. Get your ass over here and help me clean up. But yeah, man. Freaking hilarious. Oh, yeah, the dog track where him and Williamson are having a roast off. He was like, so, this long while, boy. It'll take 4 of yours to get mine. He was like, and then his girl was like, can we just keep it civilized? You know, I went to school for that Civilization University. Oh man, freaking hilarious. But you gotta love this movie. There's a whole lot to be enjoyed about this movie. You know what I'm saying? This is one of those movies you watch when like not only do you want to see action, but you just want to laugh your A off. And this is one of the movies that you laugh your A off. And anyway, coming in 5th place for video games. Look, y'all know me. My first love was wrestling, and one of my favorite wrestling games was SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain. Yes, Sirski. Bruh, the commercials for the
Y'all go with this damn overrated ass game. This is not better than SmackDown versus Raw 07. I don't care what anybody say. This game will never beat SmackDown versus Raw 07 or 06 for that matter. 06 and 07 washed this game. I don't care what anybody says. Here Come the Pain. Don't get me wrong. It had its moments, but it's not fucking with 06 and 07, bro. Hands down, bro.
This came out with Chris Benoit and obviously Brock and John Cena, and I was like, where do I get this game? I want to play it. I want to have fun. And then when I came over to my cousin's house and he had it, oh boy, the amount of fun we had playing Elimination Chamber, Royal Rumble, you know what I'm saying, 6-man tag, 6-man battle royal, bro, this game was fun from top to bottom. It introduced the best reversal system, which was L2 to reverse strikes and R2 to reverse grapple moves, and both buttons together to reverse finishers. Amazing mechanics. Great graphics for the time too. Some of the entrances could have been executed better, you know what I'm saying? But apart from that, this game is fun. However, I gotta admit, Brock Lesnar and Goldberg were too OP in this game if the AI used them, especially if you had to go up against them in a last man standing match. Those guys will never go freak down. But yeah, man, this is also the first game I used Hollywood Rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, this and WrestleMania 19 were the only games where Hollywood Rock was available from the start. You know what I'm saying? The other games are secret, you had to unlock Hollywood Rock. And I love Hollywood Hill Rock. You know what I'm saying? Bad guy Hollywood Rock from 03. Back when he told the Sacramento crowd, he was like, leaving Sacramento. Sacramento, I won't stay, but I'll be sure to come back when the Lakers beat the Kings in May. He knew how to piss people off. But yeah, man. The career mode was fire. You create your own person in this game. You know what I'm saying? And like they like heavily put some thought into creating your own person, because this was the first game that introduced the overall system. You know what I'm saying? Like for sure. Like true in its form. The overall system was definitely a thing in this game. You know what I'm saying? If you had this game, you spent countless amount of times putting countless amount of matches. You know what I'm saying? And playing season mode / career mode over and over. And the soundtrack of this game is bumping too. Anyway, let me stop. Coming in 4th movie, and this is arguably my favorite hood movie. And I love this hood movie because it had a positive ending. Although I do admit it did get overplayed on television at a point, but I still love this movie nonetheless. It's Baby Boy, yes Sirski, Baby Boy. The cast: Tyrese, Snoop Dogg, Ving Rhames, Mr. Roger P. Henson. Happy belated birthday, by the way. We got the other AJ Johnson that was in the house party, the female one that is, playing Joey's mama, and that's how I always remember her, as Miss Summers. You know what I'm saying? I always remember her as Miss
Shout out to my Virgo sister. Shout out to Jody Mama. She a Virgo.
It is hard for me. You know what I'm saying? We got smart guy in the building.
We got. Hey. I keep telling y'all, man. We Virgoats, man. But you know, it's only a couple of scenes in this movie that everybody talk about.
Give me the keys to my car, Jody. You ain't going nowhere.
Get up off me, girl. See, there you go again. Bring your ass downstairs, showing up in front of these fucking neighbors. Get your ass back upstairs.
Fuck you and these neighbors. I hate you.
I hate your ass too.
I love you. I love you so much, Jody.
I love you too, baby. I ain't going nowhere.
Damn, boy. Shit.
Now what?
I'm a cook. I'm a clean.
That's
You
right.
put it down.
That's right.
I feed you, big old monster. I love you, boy.
I love you too.
I had to. I don't care. Fuck it. Hey, YouTube get mad at me, YouTube gonna get mad at me. I had to do it.
Okay, Omar Gooden, you know what I'm saying? We got Angel Conwell as Omar's girlfriend, as the girlfriend, Omar Gooden, you know what I'm saying? We got a great cast, man, and everybody came to play, okay? Everybody came to play, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though Tyrese's role was supposed to be given to Tupac, and Tupac didn't make it because of his unfortunate passing in 1996, they did a nice nod to him, having Jody have a nice mural painting of Tupac's head in the clouds while Hail Mary is playing. You know what I'm saying? That was a nice nod of respect, man. But overall, I loved every bit of this movie. The conflict, you know what I'm saying, of, you know, Jody just growing up and being a man, having all these kids, trying to find his hustle, slanging dresses and all that. Problems with being loyal to his girlfriend, and his girlfriend, who's also one of his baby mamas, his son mama. You know what I'm saying? Talking to her criminal ex-boyfriend, telling him about all of Jody's business. You know, his mama moving on and getting her a new boyfriend who had a criminal past, but now is on the right path. You know what I'm saying? Having his own business, and Jody being worried about having the same thing happen to him that his big brother had. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of great conflict in this movie. You know what I mean? If I had to pick my favorite, I have two favorite scenes. One's a funny scene, and one's a favorite scene, and one's a serious scene. My favorite funny scene is when that let me see, when Ving Rhames, you know, put Jody in a chokehold. He was like, "So yeah, that's right, cry to your mama." He's like, "Mama," he's like, "Cry to your mama." Little Jody, if it weren't for your mama, I'd have broke your little ass a long time ago. And then he's like, "Was out of it." I think he low-key kind of licked him there too. Yeah, man. And then like afterward, what made me bust out laughing is even after that, and his mama walked in on him, and he had to break it up. And she was like, "Can you go start getting some cigarettes?" No, for sure, baby, for sure. And after his mom walked off, he looked at Jody like he didn't do nothing. He was like, "You want something from the stove?" You want something from the stove?
Make you get down on your knees and fix it.
After you put this nigga in the chair, he said, "You want something from the stove?" My favorite serious thing though is after he shoots off and kills off Rodney, right? Because Jody shot him in the ankle, but he didn't deliver the final bullet. P just, and he goes, "No!" And then he like immediately runs to his mom's house with the gun in hand, and he's like about to kill himself because he's going crazy after what he just saw. And then like Melvin comes in there darkly and quietly. He takes the gun and wraps it in a handkerchief, and then he hides it away, and then he closes the door silently. And I'm like, yeah, their beef is definitely squashed. That's what's up. That's what's up. And to patch it all up, his mom brought Melvin told me you and him had a talk. Yeah, we did. And then he told him, "I'm happy you got a new boyfriend." See, character development. That's why I love this movie. And then this movie ends with Joey finally choosing to commit to Yvette properly. But I gotta admit though, man, Pandora definitely was a baddie. Pandora definitely was a baddie, man. But I have to admit, Jody and Yvette did have quite a toxic relationship that so many of our people love to romanticize and glamorize. And that shit ain't cool. Be positive like how they were in it. Don't be like them in the beginning and middle of this movie. Having Shorty get an abortion and shit. And then like fucking around on her. With your other baby mama and other people and shit. But yeah, man. Oh yeah, the same actress that plays Dashiki also plays Sharika, who is Yvette's girlfriend. Well, you get it. Anyways, coming in number 3 for video game, we got NBA Street Volume 2. I could have put the whole series in, but I'm gonna save the other games separately for another video. But I want to talk about the best one.
I already went over this, so I ain't gonna speak on it. I already went over this. I ain't gonna speak on it. Y'all already know.
In terms of gameplay, I always said V3 is the best in terms of roster because it had the O3 class in it, but Volume 2 is the best in terms of gameplay because the level 2 game breakers literally changed the game.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's MVP. That's why he's the GOAT.
Great picks for us.
The GOAT.
Cole Rock the Party. I call him Rock the Party with the Zeo. When they reminisce of you by Pete Rock Seal move. Or how about damn, my nose itching. Or how about It's My House with Nelly, or Did I Let the People? We are live on stage. Eric Summer react. Whatever she said, then I'm mad. If this shit rocks to y'all, then react. Come on, man. But yeah, man. All street legends were majority of street legends were right. Like Dime, Biggie Little, and my favorite Stretch. He was awesome, awesome. And also Michael Jordan.
Best street legend on here was Osmosis, hands down. Osmosis and Whitewater were the cheat codes, hands down. Like Stretch is overrated. I'm sorry, Stretch is overrated. I always got rid of Stretch. Once I got to like Osmosis and Whitewater, Stretch got kicked off the team. Especially when I played the Lakers. I'm definitely taking Shaq over Stretch because Shaq is Shaq is the most overpowered player in the game, hands down.
Jordan was not the only legend in the game no more. Like, you had all the throwback legends like Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Kareem, you know what I'm saying? You had, who else was there? Wilt, I think, was in the game. Wasn't Wilt in the game? But yeah, Julius Erving was in the game. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of great old school legends, man, to complement the new modern stars of that time. You know,
No Charles Barkley, though.
Saying you had Magic T-Mac pre-injuries, you know what I'm saying? You had Nash and Nowitzki and Finley on the Mavericks. You had, you know what I'm saying, KG and the Timberwolves with Wally Zerbiak. And I think Sam Cassell was on the Bucks still, I think, around this time. So he didn't quite make it to the Timberwolves, or did he? I don't know my memories, but you had J.K. and in the Nets, you had AI. You had VC, you know what I'm saying? You had Kobe and Shaq, you know what I'm saying? By the by, you know, one of my favorite things to do in this game is to pick a team with one center and two people who can handle and shoot. And every time I get on defense, if I'm picking a guy, if I'm using the big guy, all you have to do is stand under the hoop and just block anything because goaltending was legal. Street ball ain't no rules, man. Street ball ain't no rules. But yeah, if the Street Series were to ever come back, they would need to have the Game Breaker and the handle system of V3 with the Game Breaker system of Volume 2. That would be the greatest Street ever. Oh yeah, and
Facts. That is facts. If they get the handle system of V3, because I say this, the dribbling in V3 was way better than any other game. But if they added that with the Volume 2 Game Breakers, yes, most definitely, you have to do that. You have to.
if the roster goes from classic to modern to like a basketball game and a basketball game without a good roster. Anyway, coming in number 2 for movies. This one is kind of near and dear to my heart. You know what I'm saying? This one's kind of near and dear to my heart because it has my eternal crush in it, and that's Romeo Must Die. Man, Romeo Must Die is one of them underrated gem movies that gets crapped on because, you know, of the concept being
it's alright. But I mean, it's your list, so it's alright. But it's alright though. It's a C plus movie. It's a C plus movie, but it's alright. I hate the fact that DMX dies in it, but still, RP to DMX, RP to Aaliyah, most definitely. It's alright.
And predictable and cliche, but I still enjoyed a lot from this movie. You know what I'm saying? And for her first role, I have to say, Aaliyah did amazing for her first role. Absolutely killed it. Kind of makes you think if she would have stayed alive, she would have had an amazing acting career. You know what I'm saying? Barring Queen of the Damned, because Queen of the Damned, I could hardly get into it, but I stayed into it for Aaliyah, and Aaliyah carried that movie by herself. Everybody else in that movie was just ass. I'm sorry. You only watch Queen of the Damned because you want to watch Aaliyah act. But this movie right here, it had a lot of all-stars in it. It can't even lie. You had Delroy Lindo as the dad to Aaliyah. You had Russell Wong, who also voiced Nick King in True Crime Streets of LA, who plays one of the main villains in this movie. You had Isaiah Washington playing the other main villain in this movie. You got Jet Li playing the main character on the Chinese half. You know what I'm saying? You had Anthony Anderson playing the main henchman of both the main villain and Aaliyah's dad in the movie, man. So yeah, man, you did this movie delivered on. Oh yeah, D.B. Woodside also plays the brother to Aaliyah's character in this movie too, but you know his role was cut short because he ends up dying very early on in the film. You know what I'm saying? Shout out D.B. Woodside. Y'all might know him as Melvin Franklin from the Temptation series, but yeah, man. What else? I must say, oh yeah, DMX also appears in this movie. This is also the first movie that DMX and Jet Li appear in, because they would do Cradle to the Grave for the same director of this movie. DMX would also do another movie for the same director of this movie called Exit Wounds, but Jet Li was not a part of that. But Anthony Anderson was with him in all three of these. You know what I'm saying? I think his name was Andres Bartkowiak. But yeah, man. If I had to pick a favorite scene from this movie, it would have to be like, it'd have to be like every time Jet Li fights Aaliyah's dad's henchmen, like the gangsters, like especially the first time where like Anthony Anderson was like, son, hey, what you doing bothering us all day? And then Lee's like, he's the delivery boy, moron. He was like, I told you about that. Now my name is Maurice, all right? And then he was like, hey, you smell something? I don't smell nothing. Where the hell's the takeout food? And then Aaliyah looks at him like, you hungry, baby? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I would answer with a quick yes. And I'm like, man, y'all don't want to get me started on Aaliyah. Y'all don't want to get me started. Matter of fact, I might save her for last, because, man, y'all already know what it is. Girl, can you quit that style? Lonely sense of honesty. So anxious. You me at 11:30. Another way talking dirty. Okay, let me stop. You already know what it is, man. You already know what it is. Bro. You already know what it is. But yeah, man. It would have to be the same where he's like, coming from, hey, damn son, you was a real funny man. Now, you know Mr. O'Day don't like the wrong element around his daughter. He also don't like being invaded, though, so it's up to me not to let it happen. And he tells him to kick his ass. Then he blocks him, and then he just does the Tezanko, and then his hair bumps on the doggone plank, and then Jelly's holds his neck, and then Anthony Anderson's like, you want to know some shit, huh? And he's like, wow! And then he gets kicked in the leg and then punched. And I'm like, so much for you showing off. You don't do that unless you have some real training. And then the ring line comes up when he's playing football with him. The next fight scene they do, that wasn't football, that was kung fu ball. And then like when Maurice hits him with the most special, when he knocks Jelly on the ass and he dogpiles him, he was like, so, like I told you the other day, brother, he ain't the only one to know some shit. But yeah, man, I must say, man, I also like the beginning of the movie where DMX is, pulls out the shotty and is like, guns don't kill people. People kill people. For example, these two fellas with the machine guns. They start blasting off, and none of y'all going home. Now, you guys are disturbing my business. So if your ass ain't black, you better get up out of here before it really get hot. And I'm like, X is not playing. And them Chinese boys left. You gotta love DMX, man. Rest in peace to DMX. Rest in peace to Aaliyah, man. Rest in peace to Aaliyah. I also love how this movie ended with Jet Li's character finally getting his revenge, the righteous revenge for who actually killed his brother. Because Mac actually gave him the say, he was like, that Chinese shit happened in house. You have your own people think for that. Not that you get the chance. Sorry, Romeo, but you gotta die. And then my glorious queen, Miss Aaliyah, comes through with the blicky and just. And then like Mac looks down, shocked at just what happened. He's like, damn, that's some cold shit. And then Aaliyah shoots him off the roof. And I'm like, that's what you get for killing her brother too. But yeah, man. Both the killers got what they deserved in this movie, and rightly so. I especially like that part where, him and Kai are in the air, and then he kicks down his leg, and then kicks his brains in, and then breaks his spine. Amazing. And then he told his father, his father gave him the gun to shoot him with. He was like, no, I've already honored my brother's death properly. And then he hands him back to the gun. He was like, so, however, the Chinese families you screwed over, either they gonna get you, or the police will get you. And his father takes the gun and just kills himself because he can't bear to deal with what eventually will come. And then he told him before he left, this time, I'm not going to jail for you. Great writing. I also like, let's see, what other scene do I like? There's a lot of others, but one scene that does strike out to me is when the bikers was having Aaliyah and Jelly in a shootout, and then one of the bikers is a Chinese girl. She was like, you're Chinese. And then Jelly gets kicked. She's like, no shit. And then Jelly's defending himself, and he can't bring himself to punch her. And then he gets right into the car. He's like, I can't hit a girl. And then Aaliyah slams the car door in Shorty's face, and Shorty takes her jacket off, and she was like, look, I don't know how it is in China, but in America, if a girl's kicking your ass, you don't have to be a gentleman about it. Ooh. And then Shorty tried to tick him, and then Jelly was playing defense, and then using Aaliyah as offense. And I'm like, this is genius. And then especially that final part where Aaliyah just runs up the side of the truck and then kicks her in the face, and then her back ends up going into the steel part, going to the back of her chest, cracking her rib cage from the back, her spine, and going right through her heart. But it doesn't go right through her. But yeah, she's out of it. Fatality. In fact, I'm starting to think that this is where NetherRealm Studios got their idea of X-ray moves from, because we had one in the beginning of the movie where Jet Li's trying to escape from prison, and then he breaks the prison guard's arm, and they show that. But yeah, man, classic movie. Definitely a 7 out of 10. But it's a great movie. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how many times I watch it. I still always have fun, especially during the intro where DMX is first. I'm gonna crawl space. First I'm gonna crawl, then I'm gonna walk, then I'm gonna stand, and I'm gonna talk. But I gotta learn, and I'm gonna teach. If I'm gonna burn, and I'm gonna reach. But yeah, man. Let's talk about my favorite Aaliyah scenes. I love how she's introduced in the movie as the owner of Serpentine Fire, man. Kind of almost makes you think. You know what I'm saying? And then like I love the scene where she cries mourning her brother's death after telling Han, the story about her brother pretending to be dead and her mother telling him don't play like that. Her tears were so believable, bro. I haven't seen acting that stellar, since. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, y'all want to talk about Beyonce can act not like how Aaliyah can. Shoot, I just wanted to hug her up and I'm gonna put you together, man. You already know what it is between me and Aaliyah, man. But rest in peace, though. All right, number 1, Def Jam 5 from New York. The reason why this game's number 1 is because we will never get a game like this ever again. Because too many rappers are too caught up into their images now. And too many rappers know their own value, know their own worth, and they're not going.
No, it ain't even that. It's just EA don't want to do it. I don't think I'm pretty sure the rappers would get into it. Most definitely, I think the rappers would do it. But the problem is, EA don't want to do it. Trust me. I think rappers would love to put themselves. Think about it. They put themselves in 2K and Madden, and GTA and Call of Duty. So if they willing to put themselves in those games, trust me, they'll put themselves in this game. You don't think Drake and Kendrick would put themselves in a fight night in a Def Jam a fighting game? Trust me, they would. I think hella rappers would do it again, but EA don't want to do it. That's the sad part.
Going to settle to put something like this together ever again. This is a game we will never get again. I love everything about this game. The story, the clothes you can buy, the fighting styles, the venues, the soundtrack, the reward system. Everything about this game was just top tier. There's a reason why this game is on eBay for $120 as it is, a new copy. And I have 2 copies of it, one for GameCube and one for PS2, man. I have 2 copies of it.
I ain't got no copies of it. I emulated this shit. Shout out to the emulation community. Cause we ain't buying shit. Y'all got us fucked up. You think I'm gonna pay $100 and something for a game that's 20 years old? A 20-year-old game that's still on the same console that it came out on. It ain't refurbished. I mean, it ain't been remastered or nothing like that. So if it ain't been remastered, ain't no definitive edition. Why the fuck would I pay $100 for this game? Hell no. Shout out to the emulation community.
You know what I'm saying? The game is so nice, you gotta get it twice. You know what I'm saying? Like the countless amount of free-for-all matches, the countless amount of team matches I would play. You know what I'm saying? The story mode where I had to fight tough-ass Fat Joe, tough-ass, who was it? Crazy Legs, who counters everything on hard mode.
Man, Fat Joe ain't shit. Ice-T was the real. Ice-T was the real problem in my personal opinion. Ice-T was the real problem. Fat Joe wasn't shit. Fat Joe took me 3 tries, bro.
If you face him there, the amount of times I had to face Snoop Dogg, man, at the end where you're at the window match, man, this game is iconic. Even everything from the intro to the combat style, you know what I'm saying, to the venues. Like my favorite venues are the Subway Arena, Seventh Heaven, both versions, the Dragon House, and the Chop Shop, and the Terror Dome too. Those are my top 5 arenas, man. Those games kill. There's also even a competitive scene for this because people be having tournaments for this game for big money. You know what I'm saying? There's even a competitive ban list, like Sticky Fingers or Soul P's banned, Snoop Dogg is banned, Crazy Legs, Sean Paul, and Dan G and Lil Flip are banned because they're the only capoeira masters in the game. Carmen Electra is banned because she's the strongest female fighter. Redman is banned. Elephant Man is banned. I think Warren G is banned now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if that's the case, then don't have a tournament. That's stupid. Why would you ban like half the whole roster?
Henry Rollins is banned because he's the only fighter in the game with 4 styles. And Suspect is banned because he's the only fighter in the game with maxed out stats everywhere. So yeah, this game has something unique to offer to every hood kid's biggest dream at that point, is to be your favorite rap star at that point, man. And the grand majority of the artists that appeared in this game were hot at the time. Method Man, Redman, Ice-T, Joe Budden, Freeway, Memphis Bleak, Exhibit, Busta Rhymes, Snoop Dogg, Fat Joe, Nori, Ludacris. You know what I'm saying? Even actors like Omar Epps, Henry Rollins, and Danny Trejo appear in here. Jacob the Jeweler, Dub C, Mac 10, Lil Kim, Shauna, Sean Paul, Elephant Man. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. And then what's crazy? You know what's crazy about this game? In the game's prequel, Vendetta, D-Mop was the bad guy. In this game, he's the good guy. He does have my favorite line on all story modes when he said, "A beaten dog may fear you, but the second you turn your back, he's gonna strike." Enough said. Enough said. But yeah, man. Oh yeah, even Slick Rick and Flavor Flav, the blast from the past appear in this game, man. This game will definitely suit your hip hop fits. You know what I'm saying? And then like even the ones that graduated over from Vendetta, like Capone and Ghostface, are in this game. And Scarface is in this game too, who's the greatest other rapper of all time, in my personal opinion. But yeah, man, the only fighters that didn't get the crossover from Vendetta to make it on here were DMX and Keith Murray, because Keith Murray was dropped from Def Jam because he got into a physical altercation with one of the employees, and then DMX rejected it and ended up leaving Def Jam because, and it would eventually end up leaving Def Jam because when Jay-Z became president, you know how dirty he did him. And on top of that, EA Games was going to pay him less to appear on it than what he got for Def Jam Vendetta. So if you got a copy of Def Jam Vendetta, you know what I'm saying, you got the only time DMX was ever in a video game, sadly. Rest in peace to DMX. But with that being said, man, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know where I upload. And I'll see you all for the next list. I don't know which list I'm going to do next, but please stay tuned. Until then, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all then. Have a great night. Deuces.
Alrighty, that's just gonna about do it for this one, man. Most definitely, man. This a valid ass list. I ain't gonna lie, this a valid ass list. Got to give it up to Maverick. This a valid ass list, my brother. Valid list. Valid list, my guy. Valid list. Valid.
Dom DeMarco.
Most definitely, it's a valid list, man. Valid. But anyways, though, let's just go about do it for this one, man. Hey, man, top 5 things that went platinum video coming y'all way this weekend, man. I definitely got my top 5 ready. I just got to do the video. So, top 5 things that went platinum in the hood, part 2, coming soon. Bye.